Hello everybody! Welcome to another Eternal video. So we're going over an Argenport revenge list today that's featuring Rolant's Memorial. I'm so happy to do these lists again. It's super fun for me, at least, to go into really weird, wacky kind of brews like this, so I'm gonna have a blast with this. I hope you do too. Big shout out to all the subs and patrons that have helped get me here, and of course to inkgaming.com, my sponsor. I'm not sure if I want to keep this hand. I'm gonna redraw. I don't like that I don't have anything till turn 4. I like that we had a bunch of power, and I like that we could scout, but I was a little bit worried about that. Now, okay, good. I'm like, we need to draw some more power. At least we've got that. If we can get any unit that costs like 3 or less, then we can play it and then Devour, and that's probably our best chance of going forward, so I'm gonna bottom this. We're kind of in an awkward shape with this hand right now. Hey, there we go. Memorial. So if you haven't seen this, at the end of your turn, so specifically not blocking, not your opponent really killing it generally, if a unit went to your void, give one of your units +1/+1 for each spell in your void. It's a lot of really weird things kind of coming together into one. We'll see how it works out here. We're in a lot of trouble here with drones right away. We're going to be playing against some... I love that they have to read this. Going to be playing against Praxis tokens. I think this list can do well against it, but I actually just need to draw some creatures here. We have 28 units, I believe, so there's a good chance we should hit it. But right now, having some issues. One more power at least gets us Makto, so there's still something we can do. I really do not like this. I'm going to just buy ourselves some time. Gets a spell into our void as well, so that Rolant's Memorial can start triggering later on. Get us some big boys. There we go. That's a perfect card for us. So now we've got a little bit of life gain. We can trade it off. Awesome little top deck. What would be 100% perfect would be to draw a power card now. Oh, or not, never mind. I was going to say, so we can Inquisitor Makto. Or just like a 2-drop creature, so we could Devour and get a bonus onto it. Maybe we just get it again right away. And you're in the Crownwatch. But that's not bad. Scary that our opponent immediately had the Obelisk. Obelisk obviously being the best card they could have in their deck. Super good for them. They've got a great start here. Not the best. Wow, double torch too. Okay, I mean, really solid, really solid hits from our opponent though. Great start so far. Being able to stop us. Oh yeah, no, never mind. Their hand's insane. Wow, okay. Well, fair enough. That is a better hand than I expected. We're gonna do this. Sure, bottom that. Play the Tock tick. And I'm going to sacrifice it now. Yeah, here we go. Because that way we can pump up anything that we get. I'm going to Destiny this one as well. You're in the Crownwatch. Give me our Stonepowder Alchemist so I can give that the buff. Please? Yes! Alright, sweet.
Make each bullet count.
Oh, and we get Piercing Grief so we can make it larger afterwards. End the turn, give this into a +2/+2, make it a 4/3. Now we're actually in decent shape. I can't imagine they have the 3rd torch. Their hand can't be that good, right? Another Obelisk is pretty solid. Yeah. That negates the attack. It actually gains us a little bit of life. Sure, we lose some units, but I can Dark Return. So it's not that bad for us. Plus, with Dark Return, we can actually go, like, Piercing Grief, lose the unit. And then immediately get back Stonepowder, pump up the Stonepowder.
Make each bullet count.
Honestly, I'm gonna slay this. And pump up our Stonepowder Alchemist again. Wait, what? Shouldn't we have gotten... Oh, no. Right. When it does it at end of turn, right, they had to block. They had to block our 3-1. That's fine. We'll do it next turn with Dizo. Because they didn't block our creature. That's the big thing, is you need to chump attack with it. The way that it triggers is that Rolant's Memorial goes on essentially before you have to sacrifice your Piercing Grief. Return it to hand. Sure. Ooh. Interesting. I'm thinking... I'm just going to Piercing Grief and attack. If they want to block with the 5/4, then again, we actually get to grow other things. Nice, alright, so they're just going to let us do it. I think that they don't really realize they just shouldn't be blocking.
Run, cowards!
This time I'm going to put it onto Makto. I like a 9/9 Makto here. We've got enough life now. Yeah, alright. Another Praxis Displacer. Just have, like, amazing answers to everything we're doing. This is why Tokens is a good deck. It's very solid. We'll block here, yeah. We need to prevent damage to ourselves. We can win the long game. It sucks because I want to be able to sacrifice that to Dizo later on, or Dizo, however you want to say it. But...
Make each bullet count.
I can't really waste too much time here.
You cannot hide.
And we're in decent shape. We're doing pretty good. Dealing with that Makto is going to be hard for them. Hopefully they can start hitting just... I mean, I guess that we don't really want them to hit too much power because they actually hit double Xen and Obelisk already. But at the same time, I need them to just have, like, a bad hand somewhere. Like, bad cards in their hand somewhere. Having only gas, like us being 10 versus 6, is not helping. Another Rolant's Memorial. Don't think we want a second. We could sacrifice to the Dizo. How much damage are we taking? We're taking 10, 22, 19, then 20. If they have a rally, then they add another 10, so they can deal 29 damage to us. We go to 26. Dizo's not enough. We can go to 27. Maybe I just don't sacrifice the Dizo. This shouldn't be wrong. I mean, I would disagree.
When I threaten
Touch of shadow.
Alright, make a 9/11 Dizo. We got the Cabal extortion scheme as well. I took a huge risk sacrificing the flyer.
It's written
But
right
they
here.
have to let us draw 3 cards off the top of their library. And they might just die to Dizo anyways. And they have to kill it. They can't really do that. They can't kill us. Looks like we've got the game. I might have made a mistake by sacrificing, but I just really wanted to have Dizo be lethal too. It's kind of just trading which one is lethal, and we have the chance of just redrawing the Makto, which is why I did it. Close game. I think our opponent might be mad and timing out. We'll see. So yeah, as it turned out, our opponent was indeed just timing out as much as possible, so... Nice! Glad to take the win there. Alright, game 2. We are set up with the Crownwatch Press Gang, Devour. I kind of like this hand. It looks pretty sweet. Give them the good evening. Very nice opponent at the start. I'm going to need that to play Crownwatch, but really I want to have a unit to play before that, if at all possible. So I'm wondering if I want to bottom that, because I'd really, really like to Devour something before we get Crownwatch online. I'm going to put it on the bottom. There's a really good chance we hit either a cheaper unit or we hit just another power card. Like, exceptionally high chance of that happening. Uh-oh. Feln Control. I wonder how we'll do against this. Control deck, we do give them a lot of time. this is where Sheriff Marley is probably going to shine, because we've got Sheriff Marley's in this deck. You can check out the deck tech down below. We've got all the info there in the previous video, but Sheriff Marley should kind of help us against this, but... Ooh, wait. Time. I don't know. We don't want to give them a million years to set up, because I think that there are decks that have a better late game than us. We're a little bit mid-rangey still. Equivocate. Alright. That's fine. Cabal Spymaster. A name that I haven't heard in a long time. Mask of Torment. So they're in a fun build. I'm gonna play Tock and Devour it at the end of their turn. You can hold up Deathstrike. They might do something like Black Sky, for example. Yep. Kind of figured that was happening. God, I want to Devour, but I also really want to Deathstrike that. I think I'm just going to Devour. And immediately Destiny it. Cool. 2 Marleys. Marley is sweet. And we get the Deathstrike. Oh, wait. Wait, what? It triggered the Black Sky again? That seems wrong. Well then. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna kill this now before they could possibly have, like, their own Devours or some kind of counterspell. We don't know exactly what they're running. They're on, obviously, like, a real brew here, so they're gonna be able to go over the top of us, which, like I said, I'm really worried about. It is certainly a problem. We can go for Inquisitor and Makto or Memorial here. There's some good answers, I think. Definitely gonna want to kill that.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I have something. I honestly think that Memorial might be a really good call. Makto is likely to get Feeding Timed. I think there's a high chance that Feeding Time is in there. Either Memorial or like Crown of Authority would be good. And I feel like Memorial might be the better option against them. Just a little bit cheaper. I suppose Crown of Authority with double Sheriff Marley is definitely a thing. We're only 1 short of it. So that's like a lot of time off. I'm thinking we can Memorial and Slay next turn. I'm gonna Memorial. Just because of the cost. How much do they have on this mask already? 3? Okay. Let's attack. They might kill it. No. Too much to ask. Well, let's Memorial, and then I'm going to Dark Return just the Tock. I know that seems a little bit weird, but I just want to draw extra cards right now. I want to try and get to 7 so you can get Sheriff Marley online. There we go. I don't want to play Sheriff Marley without actually having something. Another Rolant's Memorial. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Maybe decent? They stack pretty well, because you get 2 triggers, so you'd be able to put them on 2 different things. I'm going to keep it. Let's see the power of the Memorial. Rolant's dead, but his presence is not yet unfelt. Hailstorm. Okay.
It's written right here.
Tormentor is gonna be an issue. We're getting there fast.
Mercy isn't really my strong suit.
And we're gonna Marley and immediately make a token. We could play a Memorial, but this is fine. If they somehow kill Marley on their turn, we don't get anything for it anyways. We've talked about that before. This is only at the end of your turn. So the creature has to die on your turn. Oh, wow. Man, their hand is great.
It's written right here.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, they've got to draw everything they could want now. We knew that this would happen. Their deck is going to be incredibly disgusting in a late game scenario like this, so this is going to be a tough game for us to win. Start smashing in, I suppose. Very likely this gets silenced or something, but I might as well try and do... I can't just sit here and do nothing. Yeah, equivocate. Like, there's going to be some kind of removal that actually works against it. They have every card they could possibly want right now. Their hand is just incredible. And this deck, once it gets late, is hard to beat. The big problem is that it just doesn't deal well early game. For sure. That is more than acceptable for us, because we just have another Memorial. In fact... this is neat.
It's all your fault.
Would you like to kill the Piercing Grief? You would? Well, thank you. Let's get Memorial number 2 online. +4/+4, you say? Let's spread the love around. Wow, the 3rd Wisdom Belders. Yikes. It's just so many extra cards right now. Super yikes. Yeah, Vara's choice. They're just going off in every possible way.
My way.
Really nasty hand against us. Phew. Alright, well. Smash? The Crownwatch Crest gang is kind of nice. And I'm just going to make another unit even, I think. Just keep flooding our hand. We don't really need to Slay or Deathstrike this. They're so close to that Tormentor. I really don't like that. And they keep on top. Alright, let's keep them off of power if we can. Something at fast speed. Got a lot of damage coming in at them. I want to play Tock because if they have things like Black Sky Harbinger, I kind of want units to die. What do they have? They've got some way to target that so that they can wipe it out next turn. Sure, so maybe just like another removal spell here? No. We're gonna keep activating Marley. Oh, nice. Alright. Whew. I thought they would get enough gas off of all those draw spells, but I guess they flooded out at the end a little bit. 17 power seems like... oh, well, of course they flooded out, but they gained a lot off of those masks. I'm not sure what they both would have been up at. So maybe they were at like 10 or something? No, I don't think they'd have had that much power. Wow, I was really worried with how much card draw they had, but turns out our deck's just kind of getting there. Game 3, still going strong. We'll keep this hand. It's got a removal spell. Makto's just strong enough that I want to keep a Makto hand. Why not? Dark Return's also just really good in this deck. I've always loved Dark Return so much in these silly revenge lists. This hand is definitely slow, though. I'm glad they're not an aggressive deck. If this is like a turn 1 Snowcrest Yeti, we might as well just scoop him up. Sabotage? What? Alright. Haven't seen a Sabotage in a hot minute. For a reason, I think. Kind of glad they didn't get Dark Return. At least now I get Sheriff Marley, I suppose. This is interesting. Lunar Magus.
In the darkness.
Fearbinder. Alright, we're getting all the, like, out of left field cards here, because Fearbinder is certainly a thing.
Mercy isn't really my strong suit.
Marley it up. I'm glad that we actually got the Fearbinder, and with Marley it's pretty sweet, because then we've got repeatable ways to continually like combine creatures. Once you use the thing to remember is that once you get the Fear's Sum, if they don't kill it, you can just combine it with one other unit. It's not like you're sacrificing 2 every turn. You can sacrifice 1 every turn and just slowly grow something, and keep regenerating its Berserk is kind of the more important thing. Could have slayed that, but I don't really care if they gain the life. The Nightfall's already happening. Like, it's not going to stop them from drawing a card. Which is what I would care about a lot more. I imagine they have 2 removal spells. Annihilate, or Annihilate Vara's Choice. No. Interesting. Also, Fearbinder plus Piercing Grief is cool. Could play the Fearbinder. I'm kind of on board for just using Marley. But we have Dark Return for it. It's probably fine. I think I want to attack. And even just play Stonepowder.
Make each bullet count.
Could maybe slay the 3/4, but I'm not super worried about it. They can gain life if they want to. The more important cards, if it seems like they're in a Life Force deck like this, are going to be something like Katra. I get the gist that they might not really be like an all-in Mask deck like our last opponent, where they're trying to go super, super large. And then more of like, if they run Mask, it'd be a more mid-range kind of thing. Yeah, we'll let that happen. This swinging back alone already is a better grace for us than another Lunar Magus. Yeah, and I mean, we can still slay that if we really, really want to. We could go slay Piercing Grief and just get a ton of damage in. Could also play Inquisitor Makto. Like I said, I'm worried about playing Slay, because they know we have it, they're going to be playing around it and trying to bait it out. That's the thing that I don't like. At this point, it might be better for us to just kind of hold off, play the Makto, try and get a turn where we can go Fearbinder, Crownwatch, Press Gang, and then the turn after that we can Fearbinder and Piercing Grief and start smushing things together. Kind of like that. Let's just play a little more defensive here.
Run, cowards! You cannot hide!
We can let them gain some life. It's fine. The life totals shouldn't really matter here. We're under no real pressure. They're not getting any advantage off of the life besides, I mean, just more time. We can certainly rip down their life total fast, so that part I'm not worried about. They can go to 60, 70 life, and I can still reliably kill them. We're going to be dealing a lot of damage if that game goes really, really long, as long as we get the advantage and can keep a board. That's the far more important thing here. And what does our opponent have? This is the only thing in our void, right? Yeah. Play. Really? That actually gets the... Wow, that actually gets Stonepowder Alchemist. Huh. I'll admit, I did not expect Plague. Of the things that could happen, that is one of them. I guess we can Crownwatch, Press Gang, and just play the Tock tick that we get. I said I really want to get Fearbinder online, but we don't have like a great use for it yet. I suppose I could also Fearbinder and slay something, like we could kill the Life Speaker. Does that matter? I have a Deathstrike, so it might draw out what they're trying to hold on. Alright, I'm going to do that. I really want to get this Fearbinder down. If we can actually start using Fearbinder, it's a huge advantage. Next turn, if we get undepleted power, would be perfect. Piercing Grief, slam it together with Makto. Get 2 revenge units back into our deck. Start trying to go off. We're holding back with the Makto because it's the only thing that's actually stopping the 3/4s. We're not really racing right now. We just need to have a long enough game. Yeah, man, Plague came right out of left field. It makes a lot of sense, I suppose, in a format right now that's filled with Praxis tokens. Pretty solid against that. Sucks that it's so good against our Revenge units. Stonepowder Alchemist and the... Alright. Stonepowder Alchemist and our 1/1s from Tock, right? The Crownwatch Press Gang is kinda nasty. Okay. Well. I really need to get this power. I'm just gonna Crownwatch Press Gang, get a Tock tick, and play it. We can double block one of the 3/4s then. We'll attack back with Sheriff Marley. I don't really want to block with it, so this is fine. Does it suck if they have removal for some of these? Sure. But they're not going to have that much silent stuff. Maybe another Plague is about the worst thing. And that's... Another Plague would be really bad. Like, that would suck. But I can't imagine they play too many. Annihilate. Yep. That is acceptable. Making them use it on the Revenge unit is fine. We're not taking that much damage. We're super scared here. Just chump block. Now we've got a lot of really live draws. We can start smashing them together into Fearbinder, and then still Dark Return them to get extra draws as well. So I know that I said that I really wanted to go for our, like, Piercing Grief, smash something into a Fearbinder play. But I don't know that I want to smash it with Sheriff Marley. So I'm thinking I might just Alchemist and get a 1/1.
Make each bullet count.
Do I leave back the Marley to stop them from attacking? Probably. Try anyways. Force them to have removal, maybe. If they do attack, I'll have to double block, I think. I can't just keep taking it entirely. They don't have a lot of power. They've really been drawing a lot of gas. They might want more power, even. I've got to imagine that their deck tries to go fairly large. Okay. Yeah, we'll double block that. 2 for 2, right? Means that we take 1 damage. They might have the removal. They could have Annihilate. Temple Tactic. Oh yeah, I mean, that's fine, honestly. Still means that they only deal us 1 damage. And I'm like, we're more likely to draw something useful, although we can't seem to get there right now. How many Destiny cards is that? Definitely a few. Reed puts the Aegis back on this, which is nice. I can go Marley. Use it? We could also go Piercing Grief, Steadfast Deputy, attack the Grief. If they don't block, then I can Fearbinder. If they do block is the problem. I guess that then we have Deathstrike. That seems like a good plan. I actually like that.
It's all your fault.
We're going to attack so we don't remind them we have Steadfast Deputy.
Peace is its own reward.
This makes a 4/2. I kind of like this. We still have enough of a life total. We can still block here. There's nothing crazy happening.
It's written right here.
Oh, baby. They've got a lot of life gain. I've got to think they've got a Katra or something in this deck. Which is why I want to hold on to this Deathstrike. I might have to use it on a Lunar Magus, but I really don't want to. Merchant. Ugh, that's unfortunate. That's probably a Katra or a Mask. It's got to be something along those lines. There's no way that they've got this much life gain in their deck and they're not trying to run something like that. Yeah. Snap block. Give me those revenge units. No? Just nothing? Alright. Fair enough. Fear's Sum is really cheap, at least, getting it back out of the void with our Dark Return. I think Sheriff Marley and hold
Mercy
up
isn't really my
Deathstrike, I
strong
guess.
suit.
Because I feel like it's going to be something like a Katra, and I need to just kill it immediately. They know that we have a spell at fast speed, which is where the problem is. Hate Cleaver. And that's not what they marketed. Okay. Well, we'll kill that, kill that. Hate Cleaver gets larger, but it can't kill it. It can't kill Sheriff Marley for free still. So yeah, that's fine. There we are, finally. We're gonna grab the Destiny unit. I often don't, but this time I definitely want to, because we should be able to chain a bunch of Destiny things together. Like this. What do you mean you've got to be kidding? You had to know this was going to happen eventually. I have a ton of them right now. Get out of here. Skedaddle. Attack? The block. Alright. Didn't want a Fearbinder. That makes sense. I'm going to Fearbinder anyways, though. I'm thinking just these two. We get a 5/5 Berserk. We can now Dark Return back like a Piercing Grief next turn. I'm gonna wait. And what did they get?
Let the
They
ritual
did get the Katra. I was right. Haha. Good news. Slay cleans that up nicely. Get out of here. Now we Dark Return. Get the Tock tick. Just want to draw the extra card. Nice.
Make each bullet count.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're kind of going off. Set that to attack twice. Gonna deal a ton of damage. And then the good news is, we get to Fearbinder again. So set it up with that, and we get now a 7/7 Berserking creature. Next turn we can actually Fearbinder. What? I was gonna say we can Fearbinder and Sheriff Marley them, but I guess not. Abducted. Ugh. Gross. We're still winning this game. I don't think they can get out of this. Not at this point, but that sucks. Darn. Alright. How rude. Still, this is a ton of damage. And we've got all the revenge stuff in our deck still. I mean, we've got a Makto coming up. This is going to be going in as well. Get a 9/8. Hey. Once Fearbinder starts going, it's sweet. Playing the Merchant as a chump blocker is interesting. I mean, they have to, I guess, yeah. It sucks, though. It might have been better to Devour because we could have found a way to kill one of these and win. But I think this is fine. You have to chump block again. See if we can get the Destinied Stonepowder Alchemist to pop him for the last bit. Ooh, that feels bad. Piercing Grief. Alright. Post-combat Piercing Grief's not great. I kind of want to just go Piercing Grief, though, and get another big boy. Puts it back in. Man, Fearbinder when it goes off is super fun. Stop it! Stop doing that! Bad! How rude! I wanted Makto. I mean, sure, we win the game anyways, but that's just mean. Why do they hate fun? Alright, 3-0 though. Very nice. Ooh boy. Alright, well, this is a pretty obvious unkeepable hand. We're just gonna chuck this bad boy back. And... Alright. 3-drop, 4-drop. Fearbinder is an interesting card. We saw it do a ton of work last game, but... Last time they were a slower deck, I can see this not being a typical Fearbinder thing. Like, Fearbinder is great against the really slow decks, and not so good against other stuff.
The touch of shadow.
That's what I'm worried about. We also need another Justice here eventually for Sheriff Marley. Ooh, is it Blitz? Or are they playing Temporal? I've been seeing a lot of Temporal for some weird reason. Not quite sure why. Could grab the Rolant's Memorial. Could also grab Makto. Makto feels like it'd be pretty good against the Temporal deck, and I get the feeling that it's Temporal. Just feels like it. Sometimes you got that gut feeling. Bunch of Crescents and a Seek power.
Welcome.
It feel it in my bones. Gonna grab that and hope that we hit the extra Justice. We do have Crownwatch Press Gang in the meantime. We still have Fearbinder. We've got some stuff to do. If it is what I think it is, and we're playing against Temporal, because like they're just not doing anything. I could Hailstorm. Is that worth it? Maybe. Fearbinder, like taking the turn off for Fearbinder is okay as well.
You're in the Crownwatch.
I like doing this though. Just thin our deck, get a higher chance of drawing a power.
Think you can escape?
Yeah, okay. They're definitely Temporal. And now they're just gonna Hailstorm, try and clean up the board. Or they'll wait a turn. Okay, they're gonna wait. Fun thing. We do have Vara's Favor in, so Memorial's actually doing work. Do they block? No. I'm gonna just Fearbinder Memorial. Let them figure this out later on. Again, we don't want to flood the board too much. We're just gonna kind of try and keep wiping the board over and over and over. An Echo card. That's probably fine the way if they're the right deck. Yep. Yeah, okay. So they're definitely just like a board sweep dot deck. I think we've got a decent game against that. The silence is the scary part. That's the part that I don't like. Throw in the Piercing Grief, then we're just throwing more onto the board is kind of the problem. And we said that we didn't want to do that. It is Revenge, which does help a little bit, and it does get us to grow our stuff, which is also nice. I think I'm just going to attack. We're going to block, sure. You know what, then? We're going to go Fearbinder, sacrifice both. And cool thing, we can use the Rolant's Memorial to give it +1/+1, so that's kind of nice. I think we do that. Vanquish. Sure. We really don't want to draw more Deathstrikes and Slays. That's a bit of a worry for us. More than a bit, actually. I think I might have made a mistake there. I should have attacked first with this before playing that out. Just to make it more likely that they would do something to kill it, or like less likely that they would actually silence it. I don't want them to know that we have the unit. If they'd done something like play another Desert Marshal against it or kill it in some way, we could have pumped this, and it would have been nice for us to just have them waste something on it. It's not super likely that that kind of thing is going to happen, but we should leave ourselves the opportunity for our opponent to make a mistake. I kind of apologize for this game. Personally, I don't know about everybody else, but this is the most miserable possible matchup for any deck. It's just an incredibly annoying deck. Generally do pretty good against Temporal. It's good against a lot of, like, weird brews that I run, though, so that's kind of the problem. But most of the time, like, when I'm playing regular decks, I very rarely lose to Temporal, but the games take forever. It's just one of the most annoying decks around. Or, really, that's ever been created.
Unleash the storm.
Okay, good. Didn't have a silence. That's what we were worried about. The silence is the big issue. If they're using things like Channel against Makto and Not on Our Face, better and better for us, right? Attack. Bind them together. It's only a 2/2, but it does give us 2 revenge units into our deck as well. Sets off the Rolant's Memorial. I think I like that. Vital Arcana, yep. Like, this game is just going to take a really long time. I think that we've got the advantage, but... I mean, not if we draw that. That's one of the things that I, again, like I said, I'm really worried about. If we draw too many Slays and Deathstrikes, we're drawing very, very dead. Because they don't do anything against our opponent's deck. They could have the Sword of the Sky King, and they have something like that, it's a bit of a problem. Nope, just more stall. Okay. They're going to have a lot of ways to stall. To be fair. Slam on in. Scorpion Wasp. That's certainly a thing. Kind of nice that we use this pre-combat.
Peace is its own reward.
We could get back the Sheriff Marley. I could also get back like a Fearsome. I feel like Sheriff Marley's just great against them, so I'm going to do that. It also means that we get a bigger unit right now, which is one of the reasons to do it, because it pumps up the Rolant's Memorial to 2. Aegis is an issue for them.
Unleash the storm.
Straight at the face. You bet. Tock tick coming in. And another Scorpion Wasp? Alright. I mean, the interesting thing about that is that it does trigger our Rolant's Memorial.
Really my strong suit.
So it means that we just kind of keep getting bigger and bigger Marleys and Aegis units. I'm gonna put it there. Opponent keeps it on top. They have hit 2 channels already, which is pretty fantastic. Could be in trouble. We're getting close to halfway through the deck, so it kind of makes sense. Sword of the Sky King would be a bit of an issue. Not bad. I'm more than a little bit tempted here to just slam in. I definitely feel like they have the chump block, though. So I guess that it's going to be use the ability. I'm wondering if I just don't attack the sheriff. Like, that might be the right thing to do. I wish we had one more power so we could immediately use Fearbinder here. Pump up another creature. We have Piercing Grief if we desperately want to draw another card. Attack in for more. I think I just like the Tock tick. I mean, they're
Peace
really
is its
obviously
own
holding
reward.
cards. So we'll just let that happen. They could have 2 board wipes here. Get rid of our Aegis units, which maybe makes this a bad play. The reason why I'm doing it is I have the Dark Return, so it's not the end of the world if it happens. Desert
Think
Marshal.
you can escape me?
Pot Aegis. Oh, what a game. Sure. And I think we just always want to use that. Always, always, always. Attack with everything but the Aegis unit. Because they don't really mind if we lose things now. And they've got the Temporal, so we know that's just going to be a problem. Give that +2/+2. And they open inventory. Yep. Figured that there would be something like that. We can Dark Return back to Marley. So again, we're still just stuck in this loop. We have that Makto in here somewhere. We haven't drawn it in a billion turns. I kind of forgot about that. That's actually nuts how long we've gone without Makto. It has to be getting close to the end, right? Where, like, it just can't be any deeper? I almost forgot about that. Unseal. Wow. Alright.
It's all your fault.
Desert Marshal
Think
that.
you can
Yep.
escape me?
I mean, annoying, but we can also put it onto Stonepowder Alchemist here.
Make each bullet count.
And +3/+3.
Unleash
There's the
storm.
4th channel. Very nice. Yeah, opponent's just drawing really solid. I wish that we could get this Makto. I feel like if we had Makto going off, we might have had a chance here, but man. It is buried deep, deep, deep in our deck, apparently. Always the problem with Revenge. It is definitely a crapshoot, right? But, wow, that really sucks for us. I felt like when we had Fearbinder and Makto at the start, that we had a great chance of beating this deck. I mean, the cards that we have are great against it, but yeah, I mean, I guess we still don't have Makto, so I'm wrong. Scorpion Wasp it, sure. We don't want to do anything like Deathstrike. It's actually
Peace
not
is
useful
its
for
own
us.
reward.
We need that to die. We need to gain the life. Yep. This has to be the last turn for Makto, right? It has to be. Am I misremembering? Like, we had... I'm almost gaslighting myself. Like, I'm starting to think that we just never had one. Really unlucky. No Devours or anything either. Yeah, this takes so long for them to even try and win. It's just incredible.
A customer.
Do you want to play the longest, most boring game in the universe? Welcome to Temporal. And, like, there's still a good chance... They've been going off like you wouldn't believe, and there's still a really good chance they don't win this. That's the best part. There we go. We did have a Makto. I thought we did.
There is no escape.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's certainly something. Play that. I'm really tempted to just Fearbinder, so they can't silence it. There's a really good chance they can kill this, is the problem. I mean, it's a 10-10. Why can't it have haste? That would be the best part.
This ends now.
Yep. Ah, okay, they finally got there. Man, not drawing that Makto until the last possible turn was unfortunately just way too bad for us. Really bad luck. Oh well, it happens. Just sucks that it took like 40 minutes to actually complete the game. Okay, Grand Finals. We're gonna hope for a slightly more enjoyable and faster game than that last one. And hopefully we draw our Maktos on time. May all of your revenge units be in the top 3 and not the bottom final card. We're gonna keep this hand. Seems pretty decent. We'll manage to get something we can throw away with Winchest Merchant. If this is Sky Cragro, we could be in a little bit of trouble, but it looks like it might be Canada. Sky Crag doesn't often like keep hands where they don't have a turn 1 play. We'll see what's up. It could certainly be either one. Yeah, no, okay, it's definitely Sky Crag. Definitely aggro. Cragro it is. Winchest Merchant? What would we want with that? Sheriff Marley seems like it's a absolute house against them. So you go 3. I guess we'd want to throw away the Crest? I hate losing the Scout. But at the same time, that does seem very good against them. So let's go Merchant. Trade the Crest. Oh, this feels so bad. It just feels wrong. I don't think it is wrong, but it feels wrong. We're going to leave back the 1/1. Dealing 1 damage at a time here isn't really our goal. It's nice that we're set up fairly well against things like Permafrost because we've got all the Devours and other sacrifice effects. I think we've got some really good defensive creatures against the Skycrag deck. Sheriff Marley in particular is a pretty great wall. Doesn't get killed by Torch. Permafrost doesn't stop its ability, and you also have to do 2 things that you can get there. Sure. I'm willing to chump block, I think. Saving 3 life against Skycrag is worthwhile most of the time.
Draw, mister.
Wow. Alright. Well, see, now we get to see the difference between drawing your unit in the first revenge trigger or
Mercy
in the
isn't
10th.
really my strong suit.
Because I think that's going to make a pretty big difference. Winchest Merchant chucking Piercing Grief is probably a pretty good idea as well. We could go for the Makto, maybe. Oh, yeah, long shot. That card's fantastic. Definitely a bit of a pain for us. I mean, it gives Overwhelm, so our 1/1s don't really stop it, and Sheriff Marley just gets eaten by it, too. Okay, at this point...
Welcome, welcome.
Definitely want the Makto. We'll still hold back. We have Slays, we have Deathstrikes. We should be able to get one at some point soon-ish, I would think. Ow. Hopefully they don't have another Permafrost. That's the scary part of this line. Memorial's decent a lot of the time,
Cowards.
not so
You
good right
cannot
here.
hide.
No permafrost, no permafrost, no permafrost. Yep. Okay. How do I want to do this? Phew. All right. Think that's what we have to do. And again, just kind of hope and pray. Where are our spells? Please. Get another 1/1 at least.
Peace is its own reward.
So we get a lot of chump blockers, but I mean, it doesn't matter against the overwhelm is the problem.
Brace yourself.
Whole crew coming in, huh? To me, that says that they have a rampage. Take 6. It's going to be a lot more if it's rampage. It's another 6. We're going to go down to 12. Okay. So we go down to 3 if they have it, which, I mean, I've got to think they do. They could put it there, but that's actually better for us, I think. I hate losing the sheriff, but going down to 3 is not where we want to be. We need to hit a high roll on some of these revenges. Or we need to not draw anything. Okay. That's subpar. Where's our removal? Dark Return. Yeah, there's something, at least. And a Deathstrike. Okay. It's not over. It's not good, but it's not over. Hold on to the Deathstrike. Just in case our opponent does something funky and plays a weapon on a creature. Like, they might accidentally put it onto the 4-2. I can chump block that at least. Devour? Get new cracks at revenge.
Make each bullet count.
Okay, no permafrost. Please. No revenge was unfortunate. Oh, the worst. Oh, so close. We needed to hit a revenge there. If we could have revenged, we had a really good chance of getting there. Just a little bit of low rolls on those revenges the last 2 games. I mean, we did hit the 1 Tock tick early on, right away, but then we just didn't draw any of them later on. Unfortunate. I'm kind of curious how soon they were going to be coming up. Yep, 1, 2. Yeah, that shows you where the next 2 cards were both going to be Destiny units. Inquisitor, Makto, and Tock tick, for sure. Yep. And then Dark Return would have been our draw on top of that. Oh, God, that's disgusting. Yeah, so we would have gone Makto, Tock tick for free, Dark Return, get another revenge unit out of the yard. That sucks. Oh, well. I mean, it was a close game. We almost recovered there. We just needed 1 turn of them missing things. And it looks like our opponent's just here to say GG's to us. It was very nice of them. We'll see everybody again next week. I hope you really liked this. I think this deck is certainly a lot of fun. If you didn't see the deck list, you can go and check it down below. I did put in a video with the deck tech, and of course there is the list of all of the cards that are involved for you to export down there as well. Again, huge shout out to all the subs, patrons, and of course to inkgaming.com. We have the promo code down below for that as well. And if you are a sub or patron, I want to remind you that we do have an Eternal tournament that's going to be coming up soon. I want to do a singleton tournament for all the subs and patrons. I'm going to try and get some cool prizing for everybody, for whoever wins, and it's going to be a double elimination tournament. We're going to try and broadcast as many of the games as we can. And you can find more information about that in our Discord, so you can check that out as well. See you next week.